exactly what happened. Away from that, 2 persons are reported dead in Akatsi in the Volta region following a clash between 2 police men and the youth of the town on Sunday morning. According to Star News sources, the youth in the town were rioting and a protest over the death of another young man who they believe died from the police brutalities during a recent arrest made by the police. Reports, however, suggest that another young man was shot and killed during Sunday morning's rampage. This incident is coming barely 2 weeks after the burial of one Etonam who died last year in a similar fashion. The Volta Regional Police Command of the Ghana Police Service has since deployed more men to the community amidst reports of a possible reprisal attack from the youth as tension remains high. Now let's have a glimpse at what has been happening in that particular area. Now we've been joined on phone by my colleague in the Volta region, Faisal Abdul Idrisu, who is situated live in the community to give us an update about how the situation looks like this morning. Faisal, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
So what's the latest updates with regards to the incident that happened yesterday?
Well, let me say there has been calm since yesterday after the incident. The only thing is that, yes, indeed, during yesterday's incident, another person died. That makes up for 2 young persons who have died as far as this issue is concerned. The police have since deployed more men into Akatsi to make sure that they are able to forestall any form of reprisal attack from the youth. The parents of the very young man who died yesterday, Hamza Adamu, we visited the home later yesterday, and the parents are telling us that they are Muslims, and for the fact that they are in the month of Ramadan, all they want is the body of their son as soon as possible so they could perform the burial rites. They have no cause to fight as far as the death of their son is concerned. And so basically, there is a general calm from the Zongo side, from the Akatsi youth side on the other hand. And let me say that there is no expectation that anyone will rise up in arms again, at least from the indication we picked yesterday.
Okay. But has the police arrested anyone yet?
Yes. Yesterday, during the riot, 4 young men were picked up. But they have also been released since somewhere around 3 p.m. thereabout, they were released. The MC intervened and they were released. And I understand the reason for their release was for the fact that since they wanted calm, they wanted peace, the best way to approach it was to allow the 4 young men to also go home so that the youth wouldn't be agitated and move back to the police station again. So all these 4 persons have been released. The regional crime officer, Chief Superintendent Felix Anidoho, told us yesterday that investigations have begun earnestly into the incident, and once they are done with the investigation, they will be briefing us more. Let us not forget that this particular incident is happening barely 3 weeks after the burial of one Etonam. Etonam died last year, November, in a similar incident, a very similar incident that forced the youth onto the street. They rioted, got to the police station, bent ties, and did a whole lot. Then Etonam was buried just about 3 weeks ago. This thing is happening again. Etonam's issue has not been put to bed entirely, and this one is also happening. So, yes, the police administration is assuring the youth of Akatsi a thorough investigation into the incident and to ensure that justice is served. I am pretty sure that from what the Zongo community yesterday, the parents of Hamza in particular, are saying, if we are to go by their word, the Zongo side may not in any way rise up against the police on this issue.
All right, Faisal, can you confirm if these two men who died were shot by the police?
The very first guy that died was not shot by the police. We didn't hear anything about gunshots. What we were told was that they were suspected to have robbed somebody, and so the police chased them in a van. The police is telling us that they were three on a bike. When the police chased them, they lost control of the bike and fell into a gutter. All three persons were sent to the Akatsi district, the Akatsi Municipal Hospital, but one among them, that is Sector Agomeda, was rather referred to the regional hospital when his condition worsened. He, however, passed on very early yesterday morning. So in his case, there was no issue of a gunshot. The only thing is that the Akatsi youth are saying that these three young men on the bike did not accidentally fall into a gutter, but were hit by the police van that was chasing them at the time. And this is an issue that is still in contention. The police, on the other hand, are saying the three victims fell. They lost control of the bike and fell in a gutter. The youth, on the other hand, are saying that they were knocked by the police van. Now, when I met the two surviving victims, they corroborated the same story, saying that they were knocked down by the police van that was chasing them, even though they did not even know that they were being chased. So in the case of Hamza, who died yesterday, indeed, Hamza died from gunshot wounds. The police chief, the crime officer, was telling us yesterday what he used was rubber bullets. But of course, Hamza died from gunshot wounds. It was very visible in his wrist, and if you take a closer look at the visuals, it's gory.
All right, Faisal, let me just come in. What is the mood in Akatsi looking like this morning before we go?
Akatsi is calm, but people are not happy. People are not happy. The MP indicated it yesterday. The youth are saying it. They are not happy. Because, like I said, this is not the first time. And for these issues to continue to happen in Akatsi alone, the people are not happy.
All right.